now, right? Like, like that's public, and that's got, I don't know how you stay cool. Like, I just don't know how you stay cool. And I really admire it, because I would probably not be that way,
We're human beings.
Yeah.
And stuff affects us.
Yeah.
Normal.
Yeah.
How you react to stuff is your decision.
Yeah.
So I choose to try to listen to the music instead of the noise.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very aware that a lot of public stuff out there can be triggers, right? We're humans.
Right.
What I do with it is my decision.
Right.
The woman I want to become through this is my decision. Does it mean that I don't have emotions, that I don't cry, scream, laugh? Right? No. Especially that I'm a super tender heart, right?
Yeah.
But it's my decision after that, between the emotion and the reaction, right?
Unexpected emotional whiplash. That's the energy exploding across the celebrity political universe right now, and honestly, it feels like the kind of plot twist even Netflix would reject for being too unrealistic. Yet here we are, watching Sophie Grégoire Trudeau finally break her silence on her estranged husband, Justin Trudeau's very public, very glamorous, very Paris movie montage romance with none other than Katy Perry. And if you thought the internet was loud before, oh honey, this week it has been a full marching band. Sophie's interview on the Arlene is Alone podcast gave the world something it has been waiting for since those yacht kiss photos detonated across social feeds. Her real, unfiltered reaction. And surprisingly, she didn't show up with shade grenades, cryptic quotes, or the classic celebrity no comment but let me blink my disdain in Morse code. Instead, she arrived with calm emotional intelligence, some poetic metaphors, and the kind of grounded clarity that only a mentally stable person or someone who has done 600 hours of meditation could possibly muster while their ex is slow dancing through Paris with a Grammy-winning pop superstar. Let's get into the full picture because this story is so layered it could qualify as a 7-layer celebrity political lasagna. Sophie and Trudeau announced their separation back in 2023 after 18 years of marriage and 3 kids. It wasn't a scandalous split. No cheating exposés, no dramatic paparazzi driveway speeches, no secret love child emerging from the shadows like a season finale twist. It was one of those rare, civilized separations that tabloids hate because it leaves nothing juicy to chew on. They emphasize mutual respect, co-parenting, and the whole two people growing in different directions narrative that sounds calm on paper, but usually hides at least 3 emotional breakdowns and 1 angry dishwasher slamming moment. Then came the curveball. Justin Trudeau, former prime minister, global heartthrob statesman, man who managed to make rolled up sleeves a diplomatic talking point, was spotted strolling through Montreal with Katy Perry. Yes, the Katy Perry. Pop icon, firework queen, walking glitter dispenser, woman whose breakup songs have more emotional range than most politicians' entire careers. At first, the sightings felt like fever dream celebrity fanfiction, but then came the photos. Walking dogs together with suspiciously synchronized smiles in July, whispering energetically at a gala in September, and finally, the kiss, the Paris yacht moment that sent agents, PR teams, bloggers, and TikTok editors into full cardiac chaos. And in the midst of all that, Sophie stayed silent. Until now. On the podcast, Sophie revealed that yes, she felt things. Real emotions. The kind of feelings you pretend don't exist while you eat a pint of ice cream and pretend to totally be fine. She admitted it's normal to be affected when your former life partner suddenly steps into a very public romance with a world-famous pop star. But instead of going nuclear or passive-aggressive, the national sport of exes worldwide, she delivered some of the most emotionally mature commentary we've seen from any public figure this year. We're human beings and stuff affects us. Normal, she said, in that steady, thoughtful tone she's become known for. But then she dropped the line that instantly went viral. I choose to listen to the music instead of the noise. Now, depending on who you ask, the music could mean Inner Peace or Taylor Swift. Both are valid. Sophie didn't hide from the messy emotions either. She openly acknowledged sadness, disappointment, and anger. She didn't act above it. She also didn't weaponize it. Instead, she explained, like a woman who has definitely written at least one journal entry titled Processing, that emotions are natural, but reactions are a choice. Translation, she feels things, but she's not flipping tables. She even warned that staying in reactive mode only hurts herself, something millions of people on breakup TikTok should probably tattoo on their forearms at this point. Another powerful moment was when she spoke about family. Despite the split, she emphasized that she and Justin maintain a unified family life for their kids. We have separate lives, but we have one family life. She drew the line between romantic dissolution and parental responsibility. It was grounded, grown up, and probably the most unmessy thing said in any high-profile split this year. Meanwhile, the world wants to know, what does Sophie really think of Justin dating a pop legend? Like, really think. Because no matter how evolved you are, surely some part of your soul raises an eyebrow when your ex gets photographed on a luxury yacht kissing a woman who once rode into the Super Bowl on a giant mechanical lion. But Sophie didn't take the bait. She didn't insult Katy, she didn't accuse Justin of anything, she didn't sigh loudly in a bless their hearts Canadian way. Instead, she centered herself, her emotional boundaries, her healing, her growth. It was the ultimate I'm good with me energy. And honestly, it might be the most subtly iconic response she could have chosen. Now, of course, while Sophie was vibing with emotional clarity, the media machine has been churning at full speed. Commentators, bloggers, late-night hosts, aunties on WhatsApp, everyone has an opinion. Some believe this is one of those life imitates celebrity rom-com moments. Others are convinced Canada's living through the most dramatic political adjacent love triangle since JFK, Marilyn, and Jackie. And then you've got the portion of the internet loudly rooting for Sophie like she's the protagonist in a reality series titled Wellness Warrior Divorce Edition. Meanwhile, Katy Perry fans are like, we didn't have Canadian political romance on the 2025 bingo card, but here we are. And Justin Trudeau, for his part, has said nothing publicly, which is honestly the smartest PR move he could possibly make. When you're the man at the center of a global gossip hurricane, silence becomes a survival skill. But let's talk about Katy for a second, because this moment has been glowing. Multiple sources have described her as unexpectedly happy, surprisingly grounded, and checking all the boxes, which is honestly the most Canadian compliment ever given to a pop star. Katy apparently appreciates that Justin is intelligent, charismatic, well-spoken, and politically engaged, and Justin apparently appreciates that Katy is warm, creative, hilarious, and knows how to make an entrance. Together, they are undeniably a visually striking couple, the kind of duo that makes cameras whisper, "Thank you for the content." But through all the headlines, Sophie's voice this week has cut through with refreshing clarity. She didn't deny her feelings, she didn't dramatize them, she didn't try to win public sympathy. She didn't act performatively enlightened either. She talked like someone who has done real inner work, someone who has broken, rebuilt, and rewritten her internal scripts. In an era when celebrity relationships often get the emotional maturity of a soap opera next to a volcano, Sophie showed something rare: elegance, thoughtfulness, that tightrope balance between honesty and grace. She didn't try to make herself the victim. She didn't take a job at anyone. She didn't indulge in the noise she referenced. And in doing so, she made herself the quiet center of the story, steady, grounded, and deeply human. This is why her words resonated far beyond Canada, far beyond the political sphere, far beyond celebrity watchers. In her experience, millions of people saw their own heartbreaks, their own reinventions, their own ex moved on and I'm trying to be a grown-up about it chapters. Because let's be honest, most people do not handle these situations with grace. Most people handle it with blocking, subtweeting, crying into delivery food, and unfollowing everyone who has ever liked their ex's pictures since 2014. Sophie showed another path, the one therapists try to sell us, but which often feels impossible until we see someone actually living it. Will this story keep evolving? Oh, definitely. Justin and Katy are still in their global honeymoon phase. Sophie's gaining more public admiration for her grounded approach. The media is already preparing deep dive essays titled "Why This Love Triangle Captivated the World." And somewhere in the background, 3 Trudeau kids are probably rolling their eyes at the fact that their parents are trending again. But for now, the takeaway is simple. Sophie Grégoire Trudeau didn't just break her silence, she broke the pattern of chaotic, messy public ex drama. She opted for emotional wisdom over theatrics. She chose healing over headlines. She chose music over noise. And oddly enough, in a story involving a statesman, a pop superstar, and a very public new romance, the quietest voice turned out to be the most powerful. Thanks for watching Inside Hollywood. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dive breakdowns, celebrity crossovers, and the wildest stories from the worlds where fame and power collide.